Hey everyone, Divine Duchess here. Thank you for listening and tuning in. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thanks for my new subscribers. Thank you for joining the family. Welcome. And it's just a wonderful thing to have you here. And those that are new, I ask that you also, you know, join the family also. I'm going to jump right into it. Something was on my heart. When things are on my heart, I just got to let it out. I was in a relationship with this man, and we were engaged. Or I think I've discussed part of our story in previous videos. And the man had these deep insecurities coming into our relationship that he has never really dealt with. And I'm a big thing on when you're coming out of a relationship, especially if it was a toxic relationship or however the relationship ends, it is important for you to evaluate, self-evaluate, evaluate the situation and heal from what was hurting you so that you go into the next relationship a lot more healed and wholer and complete than when you were. That is the purpose of growth. Going through things, experiencing it, good or bad, and learning from them. My thing is this: being that he was going through so much in his past relationship, the girl cheated on him, she stole from him, all this kind of stuff that the man expressed to me that she did to him. And, that is his story. So the thing about it is that it got to a point in our relationship that his insecurities really started to surface. There were points where it showed up, but now it's really showing his face. It got to a point where he was searching my phone and going through, I would be sleeping. And of course, this is, insecurity behaviors that men and women do, of course. I'm not that type. I ain't going through no man phone. Because there's anything that I need to know, I know for a fact that God going to show me. And if God sees all, and he would just remove me. You understand? So all that searching and going through people's shit is just not my thing. Anyway, he was going through my phone. And he's reading texts and all kind of stuff on my phone. Then he started to accuse me of cheating. And when he started to do that, our relationship started to it was just getting intolerable. I had to constantly try to prove to this man that I wasn't doing these things, that I wasn't cheating and I wasn't sleeping around. It was a constant. It got to a point where it was my birthday party and I had all my family and my friends. My kids was there. It was great. It was during COVID, so it was nice to have my family come by and we all hanging out for my birthday. It was was in the backyard. It was good. The end of the night comes and this man disappears and runs off. I don't even know where the fuck he ran off to. Next thing I know, I speak to him and he's telling me how I took one of my friends, a guest of mine, and brought him downstairs in my basement and had sex with him. And I came back upstairs and act like nothing was going on. I mean, it was too much. So I said to him, I said, you know what? One of these days, you're going to get exactly what you're asking for. You see, when you treat people a certain way and you dog them out or you make them and accuse them and project all your negative insecurities and push all these things on somebody that you know deep in your heart that this person is not this, but you can't even come out of your own shit to see the truth. And he had a problem with that. And there was nothing that I could do but to remove myself. You got to be careful what you ask for when you put people in a position because of your insecurities. Because God has a way of making the next relationship that you walk into everything that you accuse that person of. Being a cheater, a liar, a thief, whatever it is that you cause that disruption, that destruction, the demolishing of a genuine person, a loving person, you will find yourself in other relationships that are going to continue to tear you down. So it's important to follow your heart and to heal and to remove yourself from toxic situations, from toxic people that will drag you down and tear you apart because you have a good heart and you're a loving person. And so protect your heart, guys. Protect it. Understand your worth. Know your worth. Know that you deserve to be honored and loved and respected in all of your relationships. And I just wanted to give a little shout out. And I hope that my story will enlighten you to make a change. So if you're in a situation like this or something similar and you know who you are, as long as you get to know who you are, you can always just walk away. Just walk away and live a life that is fulfilling and happy for you. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.